Hey, we're going to check out what's going on in the market now. We're just 1 week before Christmas, and it's been a wild ride. We're going to take a look back over the last year and maybe give us some ideas of what we see coming in the next year. Wow, so stick around. Hey, Dave, Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, and today we've got Treasure Valley Stephen,
Hello.
Treasure Valley Marine, and we're going to talk about the market, what it was, what it is, and what it might be. But first, let me remind you to like and share and subscribe to this video channel because it's fantastic. We don't want you to miss out anything coming up in the future. And go to our website, www.treasurevalleydave.com, and I got some great stuff under that resources tab just for you. And so let's take a look at the market. So Maureen and Stephen are out in the market all the time. Maureen, she's one of these analytical people, and she's pulled up all this information, and she's going to help us understand what we're seeing here. So right now, we're looking at the Ada County, the Treasure Valley Dave market summary, and you can get your own copy of this too. If you can't find it on the website, let us know. We'll be glad to email it to you. So Maureen, I'm seeing this is up the whole year up through like November of 2022.
That's right. Yep, November through November, some information. And then, of course, we have the whole, how many years? 2006.
Oh, 2006,
to,
yeah. Yeah, it goes
to
back.
today to give you a lot of information, yeah.
Because-
Since everybody is comparing it to 2008.
Right?
Which is ridiculous.
So-
I mean, can we at least agree this is not 2000?
It's different.
Right.
It's
It's
very
for
different.
sure different.
Yeah.
And so when people are cherry picking this data, it's like, oh wow, this is like from April of 2020 compared to today. It's like, yeah, but what was going on then? The same with 2008. What was going on then? That's why we look all the way back to 2006 and we kind of give you a long-term view of what's going on. So yeah,
But let's talk about the year.
let's talk about this year. What are you seeing?
I mean, I thought that 2021 was a crazy year.
It was.
But I think it was actually 2022.
That's
that
even
had-
crazier.
Way crazier, way more ups and downs, unpredictable market.
That's kind of what I'm looking at on your summary here. It's like there's highs and there's lows, and it's like it's all before lunch.
Exactly. We peaked in May of 2022.
Uh-huh.
That was our peak. Since then, yes, we have declining prices, something everybody was waiting for. But we shot up from last November, so November 2021,
Yeah.
up to May in such a speed that it was just crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy.
So-
Interest rates, that's what changed in May.
Yep, I believe you are right there. I'm just looking at last November was 537 in Ada County, and now it's 525. So we're just about back to where we were.
Yeah, exactly.
So the inventory is kind of down. So it was really going up earlier this fall, and then the last couple months it's really started to nose down. What's going on there?
I mean, we see, I would say, Stephen might have also a good feedback on that one, but we have a seasonal change, that's for sure. And then a lot of sellers that just don't want to sell. What do you think?
I think because people see that their price of what it was to what it would be today, there's a gap, and they're like, oh man, we missed it. And it's also, they know that it's harder for people to get to that price point because interest rates are higher. So I think it's a strategic thing. Again, seasonal, but a little bit strategic, that in the spring we might see that come back the other way where we're getting more inventory, a little higher house prices. So for some people who are trying to time the market, you got to consider those things. But sometimes the winter's a good time to buy.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. And I'm just looking at this the seasonal thing. We can see these peaks and these valleys. It seems like it comes by every year. Even during the COVID years, we're still seeing that. So hang on. After the holidays, once it starts to warm up outside. Mm-hmm. So that was Ada. Anything else that we should know about Ada County before you switch to Canyon County?
I think you kind of nailed it with all that.
Well,
Wow.
and anybody who happens to be newer to the channel, Ada County You can see on here it's Meridian, Boise, Star, Eagle, Kuna. Slightly higher prices on average than it would be in Canyon County, which we're going to take a look at. So if you're not familiar, this is we'll take a look at Canyon County next.
So what do we see in Canyon County? Oh, that's Nampa, right?
Well, Nampa, Caldwell, Middleton are the larger areas, and then some outlying cities around there as well. So
Gotcha. Okay. And what is your opinion between the difference between Ada and Canyon when it comes to housing?
Prices.
Okay.
Prices are different, yeah.
You say different, like how different?
We are currently at 415 on the median home price,
Okay.
which is in Ada County.
it's 525.
537? No, 525.
Yeah,
Yeah.
525.
I guess we all need glasses.
Well, and the print
Oh, you
is
can
small.
love glasses.
You know.
It is pretty small print, yeah. We should make it more old guy friendly. So, and you know, this little orange bar, that's the national average. So it looks like Canyon County, really throughout all of this, has been fairly close to the national average. In fact, the national average was even a little bit higher back there in July. So, which kind of brings us to the point when people say, you know, it's like, oh, it's too late to move to Idaho because it got too expensive. I don't think that's true. I'm looking at your median prices up in, like, say, Caldwell, 385. Northwest Nampa, 367.
Yeah,
Those are fantastic prices.
I think so too.
And
It
it's
is.
so great to see the numbers come under 400,000 for first-time buyers, or if someone's trying to downsize, it's super affordable, and it might just get more affordable too. I would think.
So I'm looking at the inventory in Canyon County, and so we had earlier this summer we had a lot of inventory, and it looks like it's slowly being used up. And maybe that's because, like Stephen was saying, that people aren't putting their houses on the market because, well, I mean, they'd have to go get a new high interest loan. So maybe that's why. But then also, I know builders are sitting on a lot of inventory right now too. And those people are very motivated to make some deals. We've seen up, what, like $50,000 incentives?
Yeah, yeah. So I think one more thing, what was the difference on the inventory but for Canyon County and for Ada County?
Yeah.
Canyon County actually has still a fairly high inventory, which is mostly the new construction. So we are back on levels what we had in 2014. And in Ada County, the inventory level is, where are we here? We're going down to 17.
Okay.
So we're still.
So I think Canyon County, we've always had, Ada County's always been the big draw because of industry and stuff like that. But over the last, I don't know, 4 years, people have been discovering Canyon County, and they've been coming out here. And so builders have been trying to play catch up. And so maybe it's like when the whole COVID thing and the Biden thing all started happening and the inflation, that they were still building houses, and it took them a while to kind of slow that down. I've actually heard that they are slowing down. Maybe they're laying some people off. I know that builders like to keep their subcontractors happy so that they're there when they need them. And I also recently saw another builder out in the western part of Canyon County that is actually hiring community supervisors, for construction. So is the market in the Treasure Valley, is it like going to crash, or is it going to what do you see happening in the coming year?
I don't think we have reached the bottom yet. So I think prices are still going to improve for people.
Right?
And with interest rates improving, which we already saw, and I'm pretty sure we will see that next year as well, this could go pretty quickly up again.
Okay. So you're thinking there's going to be demand here?
Oh, there's always demand.
Okay.
There's always demand. Idaho is still a wonderful place to live.
That's true.
And if we look at our clients that are waiting, or that have been waiting for this since last year summer, we're going to be selling some houses.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
I did see your whiteboard in there where you have all your people, in the first quarter of next year, you've got a lot of people coming up for their trips and to buy houses.
So excited.
I think it's great.
Yes, it's gonna be great. There's wonderful deals if somebody's looking, especially for new construction. I think that's great opportunities out there.
Now, Steven is the guy that gets in the car and takes people around and looking at houses. The people that you've been showing around, how are they feeling? Are they feeling like I should jump on this right now, or that I'm going to wait and see? You have a lot of intimate conversations with people.
It's true. And, like a lot of real estate agents would say, it depends. I think what people are really wanting to know is that security side of things. If I do commit to moving, is this going to be something that I'm going to love long term? Is it based just on the house? And so people are sort of weighing, does the current interest rate for what I'm getting here, the lifestyle I'm getting here, does it make sense to go ahead and do now so that if I can, I could refinance in 2 years or something like that? So that's something we haven't seen, is that what they're weighing in is like, yeah, if the interest rate's high enough, but I can still make my payment, is it worth waiting to refi later on and just get the house now? Just get something here. Get the heck out of where I'm living now. But gosh, that interest rate thing is really kind of weighing people down. So it's that, I don't know if I'd call it a balanced approach. It's just adding more elements into their decision making that we haven't had before. So I think the draw, again, like you said, we're always having demand. The draw to move here is still really strong. People just have to weigh in the interest rate thing, and that's been newer in the market.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with that. And it's moving to Idaho. So we were talking about relocating somewhere. And I've relocated several times. And they were all emotionally based. I never looked at what is the interest rate, what are the prices. It's just, this is the price, this is what it can afford, and I want to get out. So I think it's more like an emotional approach.
And I did notice, I did a little research this morning on Sacramento, and their market down there is still very strong for sellers.
Ooh, that's wonderful. Sell high, buy low.
Right. But and it's like, if you're thinking about moving from, say, Sacramento up to here, this might be the great time because your market's still very strong. You'll get a good amount of money for your house. We have builders are giving great incentives right now to get you into one of their homes that they already have built that they're just sitting on. And then, I hate to bring it up, but you guys know the society, the politics going on in, say, California. Are your prices, your home values, are they going to always stay there? Is something going to happen? It's like, you know what? Nobody wants to live there anymore. So I say all that to say this is that Idaho's great. If it makes sense for you, bust a move.
And realistically, so many places, let's just say along the whole West Coast, pricing wise translate really well to this market. Because if, let's say, the median house price in Canyon County is $415, Ada County is $525, those are really comparable, not just to the big cities. And so if someone was going to make an even trade financially speaking, gosh, talk about the lifestyle improvement if you're coming from certain areas to moving out to the Treasure Valley.
Yeah. Move when it's time to move.
Right.
No, you say that better.
Okay. Move when it's time to move.
Move when it's time to move.
Move when it's time for you
Pretty
to
straightforward.
move.
And so just as we get out of here, I want to give you a little weather update. So it's been kind of cold up here. Donna just stopped by. She brought this huge platter of cookies. Oh my gosh. And she's lived in other places like Arizona and San Diego. And you know what? She's okay here. It's a little bit colder than what she's used to, but she dresses appropriately, and I think she's going to be fine. And that can be you too. It's like, don't let the weather bother you. Don't worry about driving in snow. For one thing, Stephen can go show you how it's done.
Yes.
And we don't get that much
You
snow
take
anyway. So yeah, well, gosh, golly, thank you so much for checking us out today, tuning in. Like this video, subscribe. That means so much. And share it with somebody that needs to see it. And well, until next time, this is Treasure Valley Dave, looking forward to helping you get home.